I know the regular season numbers, get thrown out at this time of year, but this was a team that was kind of in the bottom of the league in save percentage. So I'm curious, just what allowed you to sort of flip the switch here tonight and start off on the right foot.
I think you just got to have a short memory as a goalie. Things aren't going to go how you want to go all the time, and having confidence in the guys in front of you. I think I left a couple of rebounds early, and those pucks were getting cleared immediately, so that gave me confidence the rest of the game. Just try and save the first shot, and when you're not getting ahead of yourself and worrying about other plays that can happen, it makes your job a lot easier.
What does that 5-on-3 kill feel like for you?
It's a big momentum swing, like if they score, that's going to give them a lot of momentum, and if we score or if we kill it, it's going to give us a lot of momentum, and then we go around and score right away after. So that's kind of the game right there. It's just playoff hockey, it's there's those kind of turning points in the game, and you don't always get them, but those are the things that you got to do, I think, at this time of the year to win games.
So I know 10 days off coming into the game. I know the players are obviously, chomping at the bit. Is it a little bit different for a goalie when you have to wait, that long between games?
I don't know. I've been doing the same kind of pregame thing. I'm sure a lot of guys have for, a good portion of your life. So if you're confident in your preparation, I don't think it could, be 2 weeks or 2 days. I don't think it really matters.
Shep, they call it Hell Week for the skaters and all that type of stuff. For you, is it just get away from it and refresh, or is there a particular template for you after a regular season to refresh and get ready for the playoffs or do anything in that regard?
Sometimes. I think for me it was a good little break to maybe fine tune some things in my game that I wanted to be sharp going into this series, just with the plan that they have offensively. And we kind of had, a really busy last couple of months. We didn't get a lot of time to do that. That's, it's kind of like a quicksand thing, and especially for a goalie, because you want to do so well, you don't want to let your teammates down. Then, you're trying harder, and usually it makes things worse. So if you, just a confidence thing. So, the last couple of games when I got, back down here, I felt like I took a step in the right direction, and, you're not doing it for yourself, just at this time of the year, that's what gets me going is, I don't want to let the other guys down. So I know this, this season probably wasn't my best season I've had in my career, but, this is what you play for this time of the year, and you get excited, and we played a lot of hockey, and just to go out there and give the guys a good performance tonight and give them confidence that, they can play their game, and I'm going to be there is, it's a good start for sure.
Do you like the strategy part of playing the same team in a series from a playoff standpoint? The coaches look at it, and you don't have a 3-on-3 where you got 3 different opponents in 3 nights. You get to face the same team until that series is over.
Yeah, I think I think that's when coaching really comes into play. That's when you have to give props to Nelly and the staff for them to make adjustments, in game or between games. That's big because that can be the difference a lot of times, just your systems and what you're doing. They've done a great job the last couple of years. I think they did a great job getting us prepared going into tonight.
As a goalie, how do you, in the playoffs, but especially against Lehigh Valley, there can be a lot of extracurriculars and shenanigans around you and net after the whistle. How do you just kind of mentally block that out and just keep focusing on stopping the puck?
I think it's just an experience thing. I think, earlier in my career, sometimes I maybe show a little bit more emotion, and there's still games that you do. There's a lot on the line, so it's normal. It's just part of it, and usually the guys that can, keep it cool are the ones that come out in the end. And another guy on the other side over there is he's the same way. Like we were in his grill all night, and it didn't bother him one bit. And it's fun, when it's a battle going back and forth like that.
It's a mental refresh as well during that span with no games. Comes during trout season. Do you get out to try to mentally refresh that way at all?
I'm not a big trout guy.
No trout. Okay.
Do a lot of bass fishing, but I don't really have the patience for the trout.
We'll take one more, unless we're good here, guys. asked about the season's a long season, it's a marathon, and now we're at the point where it feels like a sprint a little bit. What are some of the things you had the rest, you had the time to refresh, but what are some things to get you prepared for, or start, especially when you're probably going to be starting the majority of these games ahead?
I think it's just keep it simple. I need to have like a balanced life. Like when I go home, I work with my dog. He's a retriever, and do some fishing, and then it's just nice to be home too. We were gone for a good amount of a month there, and then I was up in Washington for a week and a half, and sometimes you get a little stressed out. So it's good to just have a little time off and spend some time at home and spend some time with the guys. That wasn't in a hotel for a week at a time. So I think it's just a good reset and get ready, because hopefully we want to go far again, and you want to be fresh for that. And I think we've had the game plan the last couple of years of how to do it, and just kind of go with that. And that's all we need to make a difference.